Chapter 1. Title: The Spring of Change. Welcome to the first step in the journey of adaptability. Sun Tzu, the ancient strategist, taught that the most enduring strength comes from the ability to flow like water, adjusting to the shape of the terrain before it. When he wrote that the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting, he was pointing to a deeper lesson. True power lies in being responsive, not rigid. Sun Tzu observed that a river never resists a bend, it simply shifts its path. This is the core of adaptability, recognizing that obstacles are not walls, but currents that can be navigated. In practice, that means observing the environment, sensing change, and adjusting your strategy so the goal is always reached, but the path may vary. Imagine a startup in a volatile market. The first product launch may fail because the target audience's tastes shift rapidly. A team that learns to pivot quickly, redesigning features, targeting new segments, or revising the business model, stays afloat while others drown. That team's adaptability was rooted in the same principle Sun Tzu valued, being formless so as not to be constrained by a single plan. Another example is an athlete training for a marathon who faces unexpected weather. The athlete stays flexible. He changes shoes, adjusts pacing, or chooses an alternate course. Each adjustment keeps him on track toward finishing because he trusts his capacity to modulate rather than clinging to a fixed routine. Conclusion: adaptability is not about indecision, but about a deliberate, thoughtful shift in response to real conditions. When you recognize change as a constant, you can turn challenges into chances. Like, share, and subscribe, follow for more adaptability insights. Reflective question: how often do you pause to assess whether your current plan still works in a changing environment? Chapter 2. Title: The Art of Quick Thinking. Adaptability thrives on swift, yet deliberate, decision-making. Sun Tzu emphasized that opportunity multiplies, even from the very same action, and urged commanders to seize the moment before it passes. This is the practice of thinking quickly to keep the flow of opportunity moving in your favor. In the modern workplace, consider a project manager who must respond to a sudden client request for a feature addition. If the manager hesitates, the client's patience wears out. By instantly gathering the team, evaluating feasibility, and reallocating resources, the manager keeps the project on schedule. Here, adaptability means acting with confidence, guided by information, not by the fear of making the wrong choice. A second story from Sun Tzu's own campaigns shows a general who, upon sensing the enemy's strength, rearranged his troops at night to defend an unexpected flank. On the morning of battle, the enemy was caught off guard and suffered defeat. What was at the heart of that success was the general's willingness to make rapid adjustments based on new intelligence. Turning that lesson into everyday practice might look like updating your daily to-do list each hour. If a new email comes in, you evaluate its urgency and shift priorities accordingly. Or, if a team member is struggling, you quickly offer support or adjust workload to keep the project moving. Quick thinking ensures that opportunities are not missed because you are still stuck in previous plans. Remember that swift decisions are most powerful when they are underpinned by prior preparation. Train your mind to quickly process data, ask the right questions, and make grounded adjustments. This iterative cycle of readiness and response is where Sun Tzu's wisdom meets modern agility. Like, share, and subscribe follow for more adaptability lessons. Reflective question: when was the last time you hesitated on a decision and it cost you an advantage you could have seized? Chapter 3. Title: The Mirror of Self-Reflection. Sun Tzu said, "Know yourself and know the enemy, and you will never be defeated." Adaptability is not only about external conditions, but also about self-awareness. You must constantly examine your own strengths, weaknesses, and biases to respond effectively. Take the example of a senior executive who leads a multinational team. Each culture has different communication norms. By reflecting on his own tendencies, preferring direct feedback, he realizes he may unintentionally alienate team members from cultures that value indirect expression. As a result, he adapts his communication style, fostering inclusion and higher performance. This internal adaptability is practiced through regular self-assessment. After each project or interaction, pause to ask, What went well? What could I have handled differently? What assumptions did I rely on that may no longer hold? By answering these questions, you create a data set about how your responses shape outcomes. In personal growth, consider someone learning a new language. Early on, they focus on grammar, ignoring pronunciation. By reflecting on their speaking practice, they notice that conversation partners misunderstand them. They adapt by investing time in listening and pronunciation exercises. The result is faster progress than if they had stuck rigidly to the original plan. Remember that being adaptable internally breeds confidence. When you trust your ability to adjust, you feel less threatened by the unknown. Your mindset shifts from failure is bad to failure informs next step. Like, share, and subscribe follow for more adaptability insights. Reflective question. When was the last time a personal habit hindered your progress, and how could you modify it to better serve your goals? Chapter 4. Title: The Modern Battlefield of Habit. In today's fast-moving world, adaptability is the bridge between habit and success. Sun Tzu warned that he who fights and conquers is like a charioteer who goes on an endless road. The chase is never over. That means habits must be revisited constantly. Consider a freelancer who builds a routine: 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. answering emails, 12 p.m. lunch, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. creative work, and so on. The world shifts, new technology streams time, client priorities change. If the freelancer sticks rigidly to the schedule, they may miss emerging opportunities like a high-payment project that demands a quick turnaround. Adjusting the schedule, maybe swapping a segment of creative time for a client meeting, shows adaptability. Adaptation can also happen at a systems level. A company might adopt a new project management tool that requires training. Instead of resisting and trying to force the old way, the team embraces the change, attends workshops, and modifies their workflows to incorporate the new tool's strengths. The result is increased collaboration and a faster product release. The takeaway is that adaptability is not a one-time event, but a habit of re-evaluation. To cultivate it, schedule brief reflection moments, daily or weekly. Ask yourself if your current routine still aligns with your goals. If not, experiment with small adjustments. Over time, those increments pile up into significant growth and resilience. Like, share, and subscribe follow for more adaptability wisdom. Reflective question: what one habit today would you adjust to create a stronger response to tomorrow's challenges? Chapter 5. Title: The Evergreen Path Ahead. Bringing all these threads together, Sun Tzu's philosophy paints adaptability as the compass that guides leaders, teams, and individuals through uncertainty. 5 core principles emerge. 1. Observe continually. Pay attention to the environment and stay aware of subtle changes. 2. Respond swiftly. Make decisions quickly but thoughtfully, seizing moments before they fade. 3. Adapt internally. Assess and adjust your own strengths, biases, and habits. 4. Practice flexibility. Be ready to shift tactics across projects, roles, and industries. 5. Commit to reflection, review outcomes, learn from failures, and adjust next steps. Treat each lesson as a stepping stone. To improve going forward, start by setting a reflection schedule, a 5-minute note at the end of each day. Record one area where you adjusted, one that worked, and one you could refine. Over weeks, patterns emerge and will naturally prompt further adaptability. In closing, remember that adaptability is not a destination but a continuous journey. As Sun Tzu reminds us, the wise warrior is the one who has no fixed path. Embrace a mindset that welcomes change, and your path will always lead to growth. Like, share, and subscribe follow for more adaptability inspiration. Reflective question: in one area of your life, what change can you commit to making right now to become more adaptable?